Gold just slammed. XAUUSD dropped hard today. Broke key intraday support, and now traders everywhere are asking the same question. Is this the beginning of a deeper correction or the final shakeout before gold explodes higher again? Because here's the one thing, the next 48 hour could decide whether gold heads back towards 4600 or dump straight into the low 4500. And what smart move is doing right now, that's the part nobody's talking about. If you see that gold is trading around $46.70 right now. Okay, let's break it all down. If you see the market sentiments right now, XAU USD is trading around $46.70.280 to a level of around 4500. This is the zone which is around almost 1.3% sell off today, which caught a lot of late buyers off guard. Gold briefly lost around $4670 after touching a level of around $4850. As you can see, looking at this particular chart, we have seen that the price after touching a level of $4889, the price is now currently trading at $4670. Now technically daily moving average are still flashing short weakness. Momentum indicators like RSI, MSD more neutral than bearish. That's important because it tells us this move still like a pullback inside a larger bullish trend, not necessarily a full reversal. But here's where things get interesting. If you see this trend, we have seen an opposite U pattern as formed. After that there is an upside. So two clear pattern that you have to note here, that the smaller pattern is showing downside trend if the price started going below a level of $4660, which is an important level. If it keep moving downside, chances are very high it will go further low towards a level of around 4627, and from there a further fall can be seen towards $4587. If the price started going below that level, we will see that the price started going below a level of 4554, and then it will move towards 4521, which is a weak level, and then it will fall below a level of 4494, which is again a weak level. So chances of further fall will be seen. If you see on the Twitter and other sentiments of the people who are buying golds, the lot of short traders are suddenly bearish after today's drop. You have got analysts calling for a move towards a level of $4580 after crossing a level of 4600, which is an important level. Okay, from that particular level a bounce back can be seen. If you see from this perspective, we have seen a level of around 4605 is playing an important role. If it bounce back, then we can see upside, but if it keep moving downside, a further fall can be seen, which is trending that this particular pattern will show a downside and it will support towards more further fall. But at the same time, long term gold bulls are still aggressively buying dips. But when you look at the bigger macro picture, see, if you go on monthly and on a yearly chart, you will see that there is a trend towards downside. Okay, and there is a probability that we can see a strong support coming directly at $4380. Okay, and this particular trend is showing a downside if you go on a longer view. So remember that buying gold in a long view is a little risky, so you have to understand that, because a pattern showing downside and the price has not made a further rise movement. Because if you see this particular trend, there is not a movement which is showing an upside time, that the price is not breaking a particular zone of above a level of $4890 and keep sustaining of that level, we will not see that the price will make a further upside. As of now, if you see for a weekly chart, you can see that the price is sustaining of 4600, which is showing that there is a probability of further high. Okay, when you look at the bigger picture, we can see that some of the big traders like Ray Dalio and Peter Cliff's style mindset, the core argument hasn't changed at all. Central banks are still buying gold, debt level globally are exploding, and investors continue using gold as long-term hedge against currency instability. Banks and analysts on X are split. Here's what the smart money is saying: short-term cautious while mid-term is bullish, long term still extremely bullish. And honestly, the chart is showing too. If you see from a long view, we can see that still on the verge of side if we see on a longer view. But if you see on a lower time frame, but if you see on a daily chart, but before I explain you, if you have any doubts, you can mail me at stockmarkettradinglab@gmail.com, and one more mail ID in the description. And please watch the full video so you understand how this technical work, and a telegram link also given in the description. You can join that to see a extremely downside. We can see if the price keep moving below a level of 4600, okay, because that is an important level. If it bounce back, then we can see a further upside, but if it started going below that level, chances of crossing a level of 4551 will be there. From there, a level of 4531 to a level of 4510, and then to a level of 4494. Okay, 4510 is a weak level. 4494 again is showing a downside, and chances will be high it will touch a level of $44.79. From there, a level of 4421. From there, we can see it will move towards 4380. Understand, this is an important level, 4380. If the price sustain above that level, a further upside, but if didn't sustain, a probability of crossing a level of 43.54 and to a level of 43.12, and this level will break downside. I will explain this level in my monthly video, you can check it there. But if it started rising and sustain above a level of 47.23, a further high can be seen towards 47.54, then to a level of 47.70. Then there will be a zone breakout. So we will see it will rise towards 47.96, from there a level of 48.24, and then to a level of 48.58. And then if the price moving with that level, a further upside can be seen. Trailing your SL is very important by $10 to $15, so at least you'll capture upside movement. Coming back on a more lower time frame, you will understand more clearly how the price is moving. If you look at the lower time frame, that is for the 2 hours chart, you can see that there is a gap still pending. So probability will be very high that if the price keep rising above this particular level and keep sustaining above 46.64, chances of touching 46.80 will be there, and then it will move towards 4700, and this gap will be filled towards a level of 47.15. Okay, and if that keeps sustaining, probability of crossing 47.64 is there, and then there will be a zone breakout, so further upside can be seen. Trail your SL by around $10, so at least you will capture upside movement. But if it keep rising above this level, a further upside can be seen, because if you see the trend towards an upside, but if it keep moving down below this level, a further fall can be seen, because this is the trend supporting downside. Is of the price fall below 46.64, chance of touching 46.49 can be seen. From there, a level of 46.16, and then if the price fall below that level, we can see a level of 45.81, then to a level of 45.40. Trailing a sell again by $10 is important, and if you see this perspective, we can see that the price can go further low, and a probability of going 45.13 to a level of 4500, and then a further fall can be seen. Okay, if we see on a fundamental chart, you can say that we can see from the next 2 days what's driving all over this in the next 2 days. Number one is US dollars. Dollar today added pressure on gold, especially after traders started repositioning ahead of upcoming US economic data. Market are also watching ISM numbers, labor expectation, bond yields, and any central bank commentary very closely. And don't ignore oil and geopolitical tension either. They are safe haven, can return fast if volatility picks up globally. Here's the two important factors that you have to understand. If give you 60% probability that gold is consolidating between 4700 to a level of 4500 before making the next directional move, bullish breakout above a level of 47.23 will be there if it sustain above that level, and if it started going above 4800, a further upside can be seen. But if it keep falling below 46.05, a further downfall can be seen. So trail your SL by around $10 to $15, so at least you will capture upside movement. Okay, so structurally gold is in a powerful macro trend. If you see actionable trading plan and risk warning, now let's talk about actionable trading plan. You have to understand that if the price rising above 4700 and goes above 47.54, we can see there is a probability of upside. But if it keep moving below 46.05, a further downfall can be seen, and this trend will support downside, and so chances of further fall towards 45.48 can be seen, and from there it will move towards 45.04. Okay, tighter risk is critical because the volatility will be massively right. The bias for the next 48 hours slightly bullish, but only if buyer defend the current support price. Okay, so if the big question is now simple, is this pullback the perfect dip buying opportunity before another explosive move or higher, or start deeper correction? The next 48 are going to be huge for gold traders. Smash like button if you are watching XAUUSD closely. Comment below with your bias, bullish or bearish, and subscribe right now for daily gold updates and high probability trade setup. Don't forget to turn on notification because the gold move fast. I'll see you in the next update.